Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Danny Boyle. He is now 2-0. And yes, he is back out 16th of September. York or Bethnal Green against an unbeaten prospect. His first 50-50 fight, and it's 4 rounds. Is it 4 rounds? Yeah.
Yeah, it's another 4 rounder.
You've got somebody who's 1-0. So we're making progress, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. It's a step in the right direction, 100%.
But before we talk about that, you had your fight 24th of June against Kristaps Zigers. We'll go on
Yeah.
that. But yeah, just put it that way. Very good, tough fighter, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a tough lad. He's very experienced. He's boxed a lot of good boxers as well. So it was definitely a good test to get in against someone of his caliber.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen a few clips on your Facebook and stuff, and
Yeah.
but because I haven't seen the whole fight, I've seen little just clips here and there.
Yeah.
But you look good in there, mate.
Yeah, I felt it was definitely a big improvement with my first fight.
Because of course I was at your debut, and I thought
Yeah.
you looked better this time round than you did in your debut. So good
Yeah.
improvements, I thought. Did you feel the
Yeah.
same?
I felt I've done a lot more strength and conditioning work since the last fight with a guy called Jake, London Elite Trainer, and I feel like doing the training with him has improved my overall strength and stuff massively, and given me a lot more confidence, and it's definitely made a difference, especially in performances.
Yes, mate. Of course. So did you feel quite comfortable in there? Did the guy shock you with anything at all? Just did he surprise you? Doesn't mean like I don't mean like how
Yeah,
like hard he was. I mean just like did he shock you at all?
not really. I thought he might be a bit more aggressive, because that's kind of what he seems to do. He seems to come forward a good bit, and he kind of likes to have a bit of a tear up sometimes, but. I thought my main thing going in there was just to stay relaxed and make sure I pick every shot carefully and not do anything stupid really or get caught.
The reason why he wasn't thrown back is because you hit too hard.
Yeah, yeah. I think that a few body shots put him away there for a while. He didn't want more.
Yes, mate. But yeah. So were you happy with that?
Yeah, definitely. I would have liked to have got a stoppage, obviously, but I feel like it was a good enough performance
But now
to
you've
get the
got
full round in.
this guy who's coming to who's also wanting to win, coming to take
Yeah,
your head off. Like he's another prospect. I'm sure
yeah.
this will get the best out of you, and I'm sure it'll walk onto a nice right hand. I can see it, mate. I can see it coming.
Definitely, that's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I think this one's going to be a big performance as well. I'm really looking forward to it
I
and
mean,
getting in
fair
and
play
showcasing.
to you and him because he's 1-0, you're 2-0. Putting your
Yeah,
O's on the line this early in both your careers is brilliant.
yeah,
So much respect to both you and your opponent.
yeah. I think it's for both. It's a big chance for both of us, really, because you can fight. It's always good to. There's a lot of journeymen out there you can learn a lot of, but to come up against someone that's like you say a prospect, it's more exciting for everyone to see. Obviously,
I'm sure
journeyman can come in there and still take their head
you
off.
might get more people wanting to buy tickets if they look on BoxRec and they see you've got a 1-0 kid who's also wanting it as because no offense to Robbie and your last opponent, because they're not always there to win necessarily.
Yeah,
So people were like, "Oh, he's fighting another journeyman. Why should I come if they're not trying to win?"
yeah.
But with this guy, you've got no excuses for people not wanting to turn up to this one.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be both of us going for the win and both of us going for stoppages, I'd imagine, to make a big statement that early on, especially.
This has got to be at least nearer to the end of the cards. This one.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the setup of the card actual running order yet, but I would imagine it probably will be. Even my last one, I think my one against Robbie, my first one was I think it
Second to
was a
last.
co-main. Yeah. This one I was third or fourth, which was nice for a change to get away early instead of waiting all night. But I'll just be I'm just happy to get back in the ring again, really,
How
no
did
matter
you
what
do
the
with your
order.
tickets this time round?
I had a lot of people that unfortunately couldn't make it over
Oh,
from
because
Ireland and stuff as well.
was they meant to? Were they free to come over when you was meant to fight in March, and then you got
Yeah,
what went wrong
yeah.
again? Sorry, were you injured or what happened?
No, the guy I was meant to fight, CJ Wood, he got he
Stop.
fought Freezy and Freezy stopped him. So
Oh yeah,
he
I
was
was at that one. Yeah.
yeah. So he had to pull out. And then I had a few other opponents, and there was a talk of another 50-50 fight, but everything kind of just because March is such a busy month for fights, it was just impossible to get a replacement opponent, unfortunately.
Ah, that's a shame. But
Yeah.
at least you had that one in June, which is
Yeah,
good.
exactly. And even that one, I was meant to fight CJ again, but he won by knockout, but he got a bad cut, so he had to again. He was suspended, so I was like, maybe me and him just aren't meant to fight.
Yes, maybe that's not meant to be.
Nah, it's a cursed fight.
But how did this fight with Harley come about? How did it come about?
I'll be honest, I spoke to Steve a few days after my fight.
Were
He
you
was very
always
happy.
wanting a 50-50 in this after you beat Ziggler's did you always want a 50-50 next, or did it just come about and you're just like, let's go for it?
Yeah, it kind of just came about. Like I've never really turned down any fights, even after the last one was so close to getting pulled. I would have took any fight. So I'm
What, the
never.
June one was close to getting pulled?
No, in March there was a few opponents that would have been 50-50s that were mentioned, and none of them were turned out. It just couldn't really. Nothing could really be made in a short period
So
of
you
time. But
already want these 50-50s. You
yeah,
just wanted
definitely.
one in your second fight. I mean,
Yeah,
Robbie's no joke either, because he was former Southern area challenger, been in there with
yeah,
the best of the best at that weight at the minute. Some of the best
yeah,
coming up,
definitely.
and it's incredible how you want to fight these people so early in your career.
Yeah, I think you're learning the most at the start of your career. So I
Because
think
you see some people building their career up to 12-0, fighting no one, then they
yeah,
have their first test and oops, they go down because they're not,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
exactly. So I think you're better. The more you push yourself early on in your career, it's only going to do you better in the long run. When you start fighting at championship level, no one's going to care if you've lost a few in your early, and it's only going to get you better from there on.
Because of course you have got Harley, because I do believe he made his debut the same night as you, not on the
Yeah,
show in Bournemouth, but
yeah,
so yeah, he's made he's fought like similar time as you,
yeah.
but yeah, what are you expecting from Harley? Like, have you seen his debut?
I haven't seen his debut. I've seen some of his unlicensed fights. He does definitely have some ability. He seems to be he box on the back foot, but he'll explode a lot at times. So I think really it's just
Was he a
making
big
sure I keep
hitter?
my
Is
range.
he?
He seems to. I don't know if it'd be hard to say if he hits hard until I get in there, really. But he does
Oh
seem to
yeah.
throw. He will throw everything into it. It seems like when he's coming for you, he comes for you. So
Should
it'll be an
be
interesting
sounds
one.
like a 4-round war to me, or a Danny
Yeah,
Boyle stoppage by the
a
sound.
100% a stoppage. Stoppage is coming.
Because
Clean right hand.
in your debut and your second fight, your jab looks good. It looks on point.
Yeah,
Always you jab one of your best punches as well. You're improving, and every time I watch you fight, you keep getting better. And I imagine you'll get better with this one, because you've got quite how many weeks until the fight? Quite a long time.
yeah. It's still about 10 weeks away, roughly.
Well, you've got a massive camp to prepare for another prospect.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of time. I'm glad to just know straight away who the opponent is when the fight day. So it was literally straight back by Monday. I was straight back in the gym, just
What, after
constant
you
working.
fight?
Yeah, just taking over. I don't want to go. I'd know even after when I would train for the March fight, I didn't really take any time off after that fight got cancelled either. I just kept staying consistent.
Because you
So it
just
was a
never
lot
know
about
when that phone rings.
exactly, yeah. So I wanted to be prepared for everything really. So even with this one, I just want to keep the ball rolling this year and hopefully have one more fight after this and make sure two performances are high class, so I can next year definitely push on more, do either more 50-50s
So
or
would you
even
say
some
this is
standards.
your last 4-rounder?
I suppose it'll depend. I'll leave that up to Steve, really, what he thinks. He's been in the game that long
So
that
are
he knows
you
best.
did I say yeah, you're signed with Steve, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's your promoter.
Yeah. So I'll let him decide those kind of stuff. He comes to me, he gives me advice. Someone that's been around that long, I trust everything he's doing. And that's why if he says there's 50-50 next, if he thinks I'm ready, I'm
Oh,
ready.
he thinks you're ready because he's given you a 50-50.
Yeah.
So he obviously thinks you're ready, and so does your coach as well.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Mark and Terry both want me to move fast, so that's the best way forward. There's no point in hanging about for a few years when you can push on, and
So
you're especially if
what
you're
do you want
ready.
to be? What, 4-0 by the end of the year? Maybe
Yeah,
5.
definitely.
If you
Yeah,
could be 5-0, I'm sure you
yeah,
could be, but if we're being realistic, because this one's in September, then maybe
yeah.
one in December, maybe November.
I imagine probably end of November because I know Steve.
They don't do many
Steve doesn't
shows
have.
in December. I've
No,
noticed.
they don't have any shows between December and March, so it's in that kind of time period you have to try and get your fights in.
Yeah, but I'm sure you'll at least get to this one and one more. Hope, fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
definitely. I'd imagine so. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. What would it mean to you winning your first 50-50 fight, and what would it mean taking Harley's O?
I'll just be happy to get to put in a solid performance and just make more of a statement and make sure people know what level I'm at and that I'm ready for big
And
boxing.
it will bump your rankings up because it looks good taking an O
Yeah,
on the record.
yeah, definitely. I think just getting out there and fighting someone that's also unbeaten and showing that I'll take these chances early
And
on.
showing that you're ready for these challenges and just
Yeah, definitely.
but how excited are you to show your skills off in front of your friends and family against an unbeaten prospect as well as yourself?
Yeah, I'm buzzing to have a fight this kind of fight so early on because it's what I've been pushing for from the start. Like I said, when I first fought Robbie, that's why I said definitely to Robbie. I wanted challenges straight away. And I think the more you test yourself, the more you get to show the ability. I feel like the better opponent I have, the more my standard will rise and the more my performance will improve. Whatever's against me, I'm going to look better. The better the opposition, the better my performance is going to be. So I'm excited to show everything that I can do.
That's good, mate. And I don't know if I've asked you this question before, but where's your gym based? Is it in Ireland?
No, it's in Ilford.
So do you live in like Ilford area a bit?
I used to live in Ilford when I first came over here, but I live in Brentwood at the minute.
Oh, I was at a show in Brentwood a few weeks back.
Yeah, that would have been the Jordan Perkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've trained a lot down at the Edge Gym with Jordan, Sonny, Will, and all them as well. So I was really sad to see Jordan lose. It was a horrible cut he got, and I just hope he comes back strong. He's a great
We
boxer.
will, mate. 100% he will.
Yeah.
Have you seen OHara Davis has got his world title fight?
Yeah, I think that's finally. I think Rowley's been avoiding him. It seems like for a bit of a while. So
I reckon OHara's gonna do him.
I think so. Training down with them lads down at Edge, they're at a very high level of boxing. I feel like Rowley's not at their level either. And I think O'Hara's going to make short work of him. Really.
I reckon him. Because did you see that when he fought Ritson?
Yeah, that was. I think O'Hara's going to take him, and I think Will's finally going to have that world champion at his gym that he's wanted, and they deserve it because they all work hard there.
Yeah, it's good stable there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. They're all great
So
lads.
who do you spar at that gym?
I've sparred Harley a few times. I've sparred and before Sonny's last fight and when I was meant to fight March, me and him sparred for a few weeks as well.
So you sparred
Uh,
Sonny as well.
yeah, I sparred Sonny and
He's a good
Thomas
fighter, isn't
Galbraith
he?
as well. Good fighter. Yeah, Sonny's a very good fighter. Very sharp. Somehow I don't know how he makes 67 kilos. He's a big lad. He's bigger
He's
than me.
tall, isn't he?
Yeah, he's taller than me. I don't know how he makes it.
But yeah, because I reckon a few of them will go quite far. I do believe them.
Yeah, I think
What
so.
about
Sonny's very, very sharp boxer. I really like him.
Jarrell?
He's a great lad as well.
Have you seen Jarrell?
I haven't seen Jarrell, unfortunately, no.
Uh if you do see him, you should see his last knockout because it was for a journeyman. What was his name? Mamadov.
Yeah.
And I stopped him. I mean, I was doing an interview backstage, and
Yeah.
I missed the whole fight.
Oh god, there's nothing worse.
So I heard when I was doing my interview, oh, and then the crowd went mental, and then it's just
It's always
absolutely missing
difficult.
that knockout. Just
Yeah, I know. It always seems to be the way, doesn't it?
yeah, but yeah, but yeah, that's good. So you said Thomas as well. Yeah, Thomas got a good win as well on that show.
Yeah, he's a good sharp boxer as
I
well.
do believe he said to me that he wants the southern area sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I think he's got a fight. I seen
Is he
today
way
him and
below you or wait
yeah, I think he's below me. He's
super
I
mid?
believe he's
No,
middle.
not
Yeah,
super middle. Super
middle.
welter.
Super welter, yeah. He's a tall lad as well. It's another one. I don't know how they make the weight. Fair play to them.
Yeah, I know. Good fighters. But
Yeah, they're
that's
solid lads,
good
aren't they?
sparring for you, especially Sonny and Harley. Of course, they boxed. Sonny boxes on BT Sport. Of course,
Yeah.
is it good sparring with them lads down at?
Yeah, definitely. It's always I'm hopefully I'll get down again this camp for them as well. It's always great sparring down there. We used to go down, a few of us go down on Wednesday and do six to 12 rounds some days. It's great sparring down there all the time.
That's good, mate. Good bit of sparring that. What about do you spar Lewis Oakford?
No, I don't spar Lewis. I actually do want to go down and train with him though. I really like Lewis. I must I'm gonna give him a text actually, hopefully, because
He's ahead.
we're both
I
fighting around
think
the same
he's
time.
fighting 23rd, so
Yeah.
after you, I think.
Yeah. The big card he's on as well. That's some massive fights on there.
I've seen at least I think he's against somebody who's 4-0 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lewis is
Then you've
moving
got an
fast and
English
he's a great
eliminate.
boxer.
You've got an English eliminate. You've got at least what 3, 4, 10 rounders on there.
Yeah. It's a massive card. It's going to be a great
And
card as well. Some
he
brilliant
just
fights on there.
keeps getting them good, doesn't he, Steve? I mean,
Yeah.
I went to one of his. I go to his shows quite a bit, but I went to one of his shows last year, 23rd of July it was, and it was packed. And I thought,
Yeah.
no way you can beat that. And
Yeah.
and then on the 11th of March, he beats it, and now he's beating it again. It's just incredible.
Yeah, literally, this card in September is massive. I'm glad. I'll be honest. I'm
You've
glad. I'm
got a
hopefully
good
going to try
card
and get down to it as well.
you've got a good card as well that you're
Yeah,
fighting.
there's never you can say what you want about Steve, but he never puts on bad fights. They're always
I think there's
you
a
can sit
10
and
round
watch
to
them.
top in the bill for your fight.
Yeah,
English
yeah,
eliminator. It's Ahmed, the team v Dan Booth. I think it's an English eliminator, so that should be
yeah, yeah. There's the level boxing
Do
Steve
you
has on.
prefer being on early or because you've had a bit of the experience for both, a bit
Yeah,
earlier and then a little bit later?
I'll be honest. I probably prefer being earlier because when I was amateur, where I was like always light heavy or middle, you were always on at the end, so you're always waiting for hours and hours. And for once to get on early, it was nice to be able to, because in the rush of everything after, it's hard to see people and get to speak to people for a while. They come and support you. So when I was finished
You
early,
need
I
to
had a
get
lot more
changed,
time.
probably have a shower as well.
Yeah, literally. And by the time you get out there, half of them have gone home.
Especially if you're the second last one on and
Yeah.
the fight that was after you was an early stoppage.
Yeah. So everyone's gone home by the time I've even got out.
Pretty much like 9-minute fight, and then you're just about getting out of the shower.
Yeah, literally. And then everyone's gone, and you're like, I didn't even get to say hello to half of them or thank you for coming. But last time it was great. I stayed about, watched a few of the fights. It was just good to be able to just relax with everyone that came to support me as well.
Yeah, mate. It's good. But when you start fighting for the titles and get into bigger fights, I'm sure you'll kind of want more to be at the end because then you get bigger people. Bigger crowd watching.
Yeah.
A bigger,
Yeah, definitely. Being at the end of the card is always a privilege.
50-50 fight. Steve looks at the show, there might be a few, and like you're one of the big fights, and like a big 50-50, a good 50-50, and he maybe put you on later this time.
Yeah, it's true. I would imagine. I'd probably imagine it'd be further down the card this time.
Yeah,
But I'll be honest. I'm happy enough wherever it's going to be, as long as
the
as long
main
as the
thing
fight
is
for the
that
head
you
and I
get
get
that
in the ring.
win.
Yeah, that's it exactly. As long as I get in there and get to showcase my skills, it could be the first or the last. I'll still be just as happy.
Yeah, that's the main thing, mate. I'm going to ask you some fight predictions for like some fights coming up that's been announced. Yeah. Of course, Crawford Spence is in a matter of 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
So
that's one of them. That's one of them fight. Every time I speak about it, I feel like it's so hard to separate the two of them. We've seen them against similar opponents. They've dominated them in different fashions, but it's a really hard one to call.
Yeah.
I don't know why I want to say Spence. I feel like Spence might be a bit bigger, but I can never doubt out Crawford. He always finds a way.
Does it go the distance? Is the main question. Is it going?
I think it probably does. I think they're both that high of a level. That probably will go the distance. I think if it's a stoppage, it probably would be Crawford if it is. Yeah, I would imagine so. I feel like he's better at fighting that kill shot. And the dangerous moments, like when he fought Porter in his last fight, and he was told he was behind on the cards, he just went straight out there and put him down. He just has a different mentality.
Finished him off in a minute of that round, and it's just incredible.
Literally, he went, "All right, I'm down. Okay, we'll see." Boom, straight down. Fight's over. He's got a different kind of mentality.
I reckon he's gonna do it. You know,
I feel my head tells me Crawford is gonna do it, but I don't know why. I can't get out. I can't count out Spence. Something tells me he can do it as well. It's one of them. I really can't call it.
Yeah, mate. Just heads or tails. If it lands with Crawford, you can go Crawford.
Literally. If it
lands on Spence, you'll just say go Spence.
Yeah.
But this is. We could be here all day discussing how that fight could end.
Yeah, exactly. It probably will come down to who wants it more, and usually Crawford wants it more than anyone. So it's.
I reckon it'll be Crawford, but it'll be a good fight.
Yeah, 100%. It's the biggest fight in boxing at the minute. Really, it's it's happening at the best time. They're both in their prime. There's no one else bar them two that you really want to see in that division fight either. Maybe Jaron Ennis is probably in the future will be contending against both of them, but
whether they stay there, but
yeah.
What about AJ White, the rematch?
I think White's going to do an upset. You know, I could see White pulling it off. It depends.
Quite a few people saying that, to be fair.
It depends what AJ shows up. I think if the AJ that boxed him the first time is there, it's going to be an interesting fight. But I feel like White has nothing to lose in this fight now.
Well, do you think White wants it more?
I think he might, because it's hard to see where AJ's head's at. I don't think he's as committed to the power he used to have ever since he got stopped by Ruiz.
I think he's lost that kill, hasn't he? Really?
Yeah, he's kind of he's hesitant a lot more than he used to be. Where he just let his right hand go, he kind of second guesses himself.
Yeah.
But this could bring the best out of him. Where there's always been a rivalry between them two, so it's more of a personal thing. Maybe it's.
So you saying Dylan? Dylan?
Yeah, I'm saying Dylan. I think he might stop him later on.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know about that one. I keep changing my mind. I'm still saying AJ probably.
Yeah, it's one of them. It depends what AJ shows up. I think boxing ability, I do believe AJ's a better boxer. But if White makes it a rough fight, I think AJ might not be mentally prepared for that kind of a war. Whereas White's he'll sit there like he done with Chisora. He'll sit there swinging for 12 rounds if he needs to.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't get tired.
What about Callum Smith, Beterbiev?
I'll be honest, I think Smith could do it. I think after watching, I was really impressed with Anthony Yard. I think Anthony Yard put on a brilliant performance against Beterbiev, and he kind of showed.
Big fan of Yard. He's good.
His performance against Beterbiev was absolutely amazing. He took a lot of stick.
Do you agree with the towel going in?
I could see why they done it. I think Yard's going to be.
Beterbiev would have got to him, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so, because Beterbiev was coming on stronger at the end of each round as well. So I think he was coming under his stride.
I could sort of see Beterbiev eventually sort of getting to him.
Yeah, I think there was small adjustments Yard need to make. I think what got him caught was just his jab dropping a bit too low after he threw it.
I reckon he'll be world champion though. I reckon he'll get it.
Yeah, I think he's got it in him, and I think them throwing in the towels probably saved him for another day. Because if he got knocked out cold and a bad shot, he could be out for a lot longer. Now he can heal, he can rest up, and
He'll be
after
back.
his performance, we all want to see him fight at that level again. We don't want to see him go backwards. We want to see him. He's ready for world level again.
Yeah.
He showed it there.
I agree, mate. So Biev or Smith? Do you think Smith could do it?
I think Smith at light heavy is a different animal. I think the way he draws people at that weight. He's scary. He's big. He's long.
Said both of the underdogs for these fights.
Yeah, I think sometimes I feel like Beterbiev might be on his way out. I think he's getting a bit older, and I think Smithson is coming into the right point of his career at that, and I think that weight suits him a lot better than super middle. I think he was just too big for super middle. I feel like we see a different Callum Smith. I think Beterbiev showed cracks against Yard. I think he showed he can be beat. I think that last fight showed before everyone he looked invincible, but Yard put a bit of a pace on him, and he couldn't really hack it for a while. But he did come back strong at the stoppage. But
I reckon Beterbiev though. I still reckon he's You can't write him off, in my opinion.
No, you can never write anyone off in boxing. That's the thing. I think he's been so dominant. It's one of them. I just feel like an upset's coming.
Thoughts on Fury fighting Ngannou?
I think we all know that's just for money, isn't it? That's one of them. I think Fury's Usyk signed to fight, AJ signed to fight. I think we don't want to see him fight Weidman again.
Do you agree with Usyk's promoter saying that he should get stripped off the belt, or?
It's one of them. It depends what's really going on in the background, because people say he's saying this, he's saying that. So what I know about boxing is 90% of the time, both boxers believe they're going to win regardless, and it's usually the background staff that put a halt to fight. So
who knows what's going on with him?
Yeah, exactly. So you don't really know maybe he is putting it off to get the big money fight, but I don't know. Fury's never really been about money for a long time. He's always just kind of been about fighting the best, but I don't know what's going on with him and Usyk. I think calling for him to be stripped when he's fighting, it's a bit much. Especially when it's not all the belt either.
When he's
like I said, it does depend on
fight. I mean, it's shocking. Exhibition.
Yeah, it is poor, to be honest. No one wants to see that. We want to see him. Everyone wants to see him fight Usyk or fight AJ. That's it. And now they've both signed the fight, so he's took a filler money fight, which is, that's all that is. We know what way it's going to go. And Ngannou's he's not going to touch Fury really. He's a great MMA fighter, but
are you a fan of MMA?
Yeah, I love MMA. I'll probably watch more MMA than boxing, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a big fan of MMA growing up.
Are you going to be watching? Because the same night as Crawford, Spence is Poirier v who's he against again? Gaethje, sorry.
Yeah.
For me, that's a good fight.
Yeah, that's going to be well, they fought before, but it's going to be a war again. The two of them
in my opinion, that's another one that you could toss the coin on.
Yeah, 100%. Because
I'm a fan of both of theirs. I like both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, two of them are just two warriors, and I think, like you said, it's a toss of a coin. It's whoever wants it more in the night is going to take it, realistically.
Are you going to disagree with me? Who are you saying?
I think history might repeat itself. I think Poirier.
Oh, we agree.
We agree. Yeah, I think Poirier is coming back off some big wins in his last few fights. The McGregor wins has put him on a massive
and the
hype.
Michael Chandler win was a good
exactly, yeah. The way he beat Chandler, and that's a war he's came from. And I think obviously Gaethje beat Chandler as well, but I don't know. I think just Poirier seems to have that kill shot. He can find it a lot, and he's tough. He can take everything. So I do think
MMA's getting some good. The UFC's having some good fights.
Yeah, there's some very good fights. Even the guy Gaethje fought last fight, he's one of my favorite to watch. I thought he was going to beat Gaethje, but
Gaethje. I forgot his name. Fiziev, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, I really like watching him.
That one. That was a good one. I saw that.
Yeah, that was a scrap and a half. I just showed how tough Gaethje was.
Not Usman fought Poirier. Edwards, sorry.
Yeah. I was more excited for Faziev and Gaethje than I was Edwards and Usman, to be honest. But
Really?
we're both great fight. Yeah, I love watching that he's so aggressive. It's always entertaining to watch, and the two of them just put on a mad fight. It was great. Could have been 5 rounds. It would have been even more entertaining.
Yeah. What about Blachowicz v Alex Pereira? That's co-main to Poirier Gaethje.
Yeah, I think it depends. After seeing Pereira got in his last one, he got stopped bad. So it depends how he's recovered from that. But I think
That
he's
was
going to be.
brutal.
Yeah, it was bad. And usually when fighters step in and fight quick after getting dropped like that, it tends to happen again.
I think he needed to stay out a bit longer.
Yeah, I think
rebuild
another few months. If he took even the rest of the year and then started again, I think maybe. But
Next year,
he's going to be scary at light heavy. He's putting on a lot of weight.
And he's
a big
going
lad.
up in weight, which is, in my opinion, is even worse.
Yeah, I think you need to let your brain heal when you get knocked out. But different if he got dropped and then stopped and he was still conscious, but he was out cold.
And I can see
Blachowicz is
him
a big
knocked
hitter
out
as well.
again. Blachowicz can whack.
Yeah, he's got a punch on him, and I think, and even if he doesn't stand with him, Blachowicz, look what he done to Adesanya on the ground. He just took him down, bullied him a little bit. He could do the same.
I reckon, is that 3 or 5 rounds? I think it's.
It might be. Who's the champ? I'm trying to think who's the no, he's not the champ. It probably will be 3 rounds.
Isn't he?
Yeah, I think it'll be 3 rounds.
I reckon
Blachowicz
round 2 or 1
OHara.
for Blachowicz.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It wouldn't surprise me if he does it in the first, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see it because Pereira leaves a lot of openings. Like, is he catching him with the same punch, that overhand right? And he leaves his chin very high in the air. So Blachowicz's left hook's lethal.
He's a good example with never give up.
Literally.
He just
the
kept
guy's been him how many times and he still got it back.
And he eventually did it. I mean, fair play. He just
exactly. And he kept catching him with the same punch. It just finally worked the right way for him.
About time, Ave. I bet he was well happy with that.
I'd say that's probably the best moment of his career because he had a lot of stick.
100% for losing to one man 3 times. I mean, I don't know how. I would just leave it. I mean,
it's one of them. You can never let it go. But I do think they'll probably in the future.
Fair play for him to keep going until we get started.
And that's it, because he kind of ran out of challengers at that division. So for him to go and fight him again, when he just came on the scene, I thought that showed how confident he was. Yeah.
I mean, fair play.
Yeah, definitely.
We could have, maybe one day we could have an MMA roundup, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I would enjoy that.
But yes, because we could be here all day. But
yes,
but the final thing is, of course, do you want to thank manager, just anybody is always.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone from my old amateur club in Dunlow Boxing, I want to thank. Without them, I wouldn't be here at all. I want to thank my coaches, Terry, Mark, Emmanuel, Jake, everyone that's helped me so far, and definitely Steve and Kevin. Kevin's obviously gone to work elsewhere at the minute, but he's been brilliant, and it was great to work with him. And I just want to thank Steve for getting me a 50-50 fight so early on and giving me the push that I really want. It's been amazing. And
make sure you get down to Yorkshire 16th 100%. Of September to support Danny and watch him knock this kid out and take the kids home.
Easy. 100%.
Let's go, Danny.
Cheers, lad. I can't wait.
Time, mate. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, lad.
Bye, mate.
Take care. I'll speak to you soon.
Bye.